Good morning, Wedgewood. My Wedgewood family. My name is Betsy Ragone, and I am first going to give you a laugh because I'm a recovering Catholic, and I keep waiting for Sister Mary somebody to come and tell me to sit down or take my shirt off or turn inside out. But I'm not gonna. So this picture on the altar is my son Michael. And Nancy thought he looked like Bobby Darin, and I wanted to make sure my husband knew that because we were laughing. He talks to me every day. I'm not a crazy grieving mom, but he does talk to me, and he's wondering why the picture isn't bigger. You would have loved him, and I did leave the larger picture at home. So on January 17th of this year, my Michael, who was visiting us from Phoenix, Arizona, died of an accidental heroin overdose behind the locked door of his childhood bedroom. My husband had to kick the door in, and we found him. He was 30 years old. So that Sunday morning, our earthly family went from 4 to 3, and my husband Mike and my daughter Michelle and my son-in-law Jacob kind of were left here on earth, and Michael passed to another spiritual plane that I choose to call heaven. And I feel like we're walking a sidewalk with plexiglass between us. I don't know that I would be that sane or able to get up and talk to you if I didn't hear from him daily. His story, and in turn our story, is emotional devastation. It's changed who we are. January 17th changed our life as we know it forever. So all the nightmares and fears, and his sister is having a tough time hearing all of this because it's still very raw, not yet 3 months, but everything that we feared for 12 years, everything that we tough loved and embraced and talked and tried to communicate about, everything came true, that Sunday morning. We'll never be the same, and we now live a new normal. So sadly, at a quick glance, and regardless of our personal pain, it's a story you've all heard before, and you're going to hear again. It's the story of losing the battle of addiction, and I want to be the face of hope, because I believe where there's life, there's hope. It's just that my son lost the battle. So an addictive personality gets painkillers prescribed after a surgery, and the prescription runs out, so then street pills take over, and then there's a cheaper, higher high, Miss Heroin, that becomes a part of your daily life and changes you and makes you a different person. So just after my son died, we were brought to Wedgewood by my friend Karen Killian and my daughter's sweet mother-in-law, my Jacob's mom. And we were embraced, and we were comfortable, and we felt comforted. And it was the prescription that we needed to help us heal. In an email exchange with Chris at that time, I shared a couple of poems, and I'm going to read them both today, one now and one in a little while. And he encouraged me to share them. So I mustered everything I could, just like I did at my son's service, and I will make it through these poems because they've helped me heal. The first one simply entitled Michael. If I could do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing except that day you took a risk. That risk took you from me. We hurt in every single cell, which gives our bodies life. You took with you our hearts and souls. We're lost in pain and strife. My precious boy, my only son, just one more day with you. A call, a laugh. I love you, Ma. Tell Dad I love him too. To say you walked a slippery slope would be so understated. From just a kid, you walked 2 paths, one we loved and one we hated. We know it was an accident. We know and we agree. But in our minds forever is the day 4 went to 3. So before I read the second poem that I wrote, and I thank you all for listening, I want to ask that when you look at me, and you look at my husband, Mike, and my daughter, Michelle, my son-in-law, Jacob, that you don't look at lost hope. That just another battle with heroin lost. See, because heroin messed with the wrong family this time. And the wrong mama. I hear him in my ear right now. So I'm going to fight this battle to the day I die. The shame that the addict feels, so they can ask for help. You know, I'm sad because my son went so long fighting this battle alone, thinking he could conquer the beast. I want to fight the stigma that the family feels. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me since I was, again, don't really even remember, but I was able to speak at my son's service, and I said, amongst other things, there's no shame in our game. I can't tell you how many people have said, I said my son or daughter died of a heart attack. I said that they choked in their sleep. I said that whatever they needed to say, because there's stigma involved with drug addiction, drug abuse, death of a loved one to it. And what I understand now more than anything is that this is a brain disease with relapse. A brain disease with relapse. That after continual use of, especially heroin, that you lose your impulse control. There's so much that is actually way above my pay grade to talk about scientifically with how this drug affects people, but they should know that. They shouldn't be alone in their pain and feel like they have something to be ashamed of. So heroin use and opiate abuse is an epidemic in our community. You guys hear about it? There's a lot going on. A lot of people dying. A lot of communities that we all frequent and shop at are overrun and known as the little heroin areas in Charlotte. Not an easy thing to accept. Probably from the community standpoint, political standpoint, not an easy thing to own. But I am working with a group on Long Island, a non-profit organization based on Long Island called Michael's Hope. I'm working to start a Charlotte chapter. So there it is. In June, Mike and I are driving up to New York. We have a wedding, and we are also going to meet with Paul Maffetone and Trevor Murray, who are... Paul is actually, his brother died of a heroin overdose, and Trevor is the director there and a recovering addict. There's a lot about starting this chapter that's anointed to the people that speak, that are recovering and can touch other people, kids in school especially, and it's very hard to get into the schools to speak about this. So there's a base that we need to start in the community so we get maybe acceptance into schools. So they offer heroin use prevention and opiate abuse prevention, Narcan training, and their story. God willing, the Charlotte chapter of Michael's Hope isn't too long away, and it'll be a reality, and then I'll be asking for your hope to spread the word, be involved. More to come on that. So, in the meantime, I ask for your prayers and hope for those who are suffering, those who are impacted by addiction, those who are left in the wake of it after someone passes away. So I thank you again for letting me share my poems. They've been, again, healing for me. So the last one is titled Till You Left. We thought we knew how much we loved you, till you left. Then we realized we had no idea of the depth and the width of that love, and it consumes us now. And you're not here for us to tell you. We thought we knew how close we were as a family till you left. Then we realized when we lost you, we were lost suddenly. We've clung to each other like we're in a storm in a very small boat on a very big ocean. And we got closer. And we'll get to the shore, but not anytime soon. We thought we knew how much our family loved us until you left, and then we realized they loved us more than we could have ever imagined, and I'm looking at them. They made a circle around us, they cushioned our fall, they helped us say goodbye, and then they helped us breathe. And they've not stopped since. We thought we knew who our friends were till you left, and then we realized our close friends were family, Beth and Sonny. That we had more true and dear friends than we ever realized. That we made new friends that you brought to us. Friends of yours, now friends of ours. We thought we knew about addiction until you left. And then we realized the drug and the machine behind it want us to be ashamed and stigmatized. We realized that the fight you fought, not many people win. We realized that our love for you was no match for the beast. That your love for us shouldn't be measured by your inability to have gotten ahead of that. That your death will not be in vain, and that we will fight to remove shame and stigma. We thought we knew until you left. Thank you.